Well, what do you want to know?
Hi, my name is Ellen Young, and the date today is April 25, 2002, and behind the camera on this video interview is Howard Elkhorn, and we're visiting today with Maxwell Gifford Nelson, who is called Bill. And this is part of a series of interviews that we're doing with World War II era veterans. Bill, now let's see. You were born in Trier?
No, I was born in Hudson,
Hudson?
just south of Hudson.
Okay. What was your birthday?
11/2/20, November 2nd, 1920.
And who were your parents?
My mother's name was Elvie, and her maiden name was Maston. And my father's name was Marcus.
Her name was Elvie, or was it
Her
Evelyn?
name was Elvie, and but Maston was her maiden name.
And your dad's name was?
Marcus Nelsen.
Marcus Nelson.
He had no middle name. My dad come to this country when he was 13 years old with a group of friends.
From where?
Denmark.
Oh, very interesting. And how did he happen to be at Hudson when you were born?
Well, he, for somehow, some way, he got into the vicinity south of Waterloo, over around Geneseo, and so on, and he and a brother farmed just south of Hudson a ways.
I see.
By the way, my middle name, Gifford, was after some people that my dad lived with when he come to this country.
Oh.
And they had a son. The mother's maiden name was Gifford, and this son was, he was a little retarded, so he was not going to have any more children. Therefore, I got the name Gifford.
Oh, I see.
And from that, I got a gold 21 jewel pocket watch.
Oh, because of your name?
Because of my name, yeah.
Oh. And how did you happen to be called Bill now all these years?
My mother had a sister by the name of Florence. And my understanding, or what I've been told, she had a boyfriend by the name of Bill. And when she found out that my mother was going to have me, she says, I'm going to call him son, or Bill, or Billy, and that's what I went by.
I see.
And I don't think anybody knew my name any different until I started high school.
Did you, you said your parents lived at Hudson when you were born.
Yeah.
Did you go to school then at Hudson,
No.
or a country school?
We moved down to Buckingham when I was 5 years old. And I went to all 8 grades in school in Buckingham.
I see. So you never had that country school experience that...
Well, the school in Buckingham was something of a country school.
Sure.
But I always had a school bus to ride in.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you live from Buckingham?
We lived 2 miles west of Buckingham on a farm that belonged to Walter Wilson.
I see.
My folks were paid rent on there for 27 years.
My goodness. What all did your father have on the farm? Did he have dairy cattle? Or
we had a combination of dairy and beef. There were shorthorn cattle.
Oh.
The big chore was going out and milk them every morning and evening, and we raised hogs and things like that.
Did you have chickens too?
Oh yeah, we had chickens.
And I suppose your mother had a big garden.
Yeah, we had a big garden. We had planted potatoes and you know, all that stuff in the garden.
How many were in your family?
4. I have 1 brother and 2 sisters.
And were you the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
And you want to name your brothers and sisters?
Well, my oldest sister's name is Betty. She is, her name now is Kashatka. She married a Louis Kashatka from Trier. And my brother's name is Dean. He lives in Trier. And I have a younger sister that's named Donna, and she lives in Trier.
That'd be Donna Davis.
Donna Davis. And Donna was born the year I graduated from high school.
Oh my goodness.
I got a little static about that.
Yes, sure you did. Sure you did.
Yeah.
Now, did you go through 8 grades in Buckingham?
Yes, yeah.
Now, did you attend high school at all?
Yes, I went to, when I got to Buckingham, I started the high school at Traer.
Ah,
I went the first semester and thought this isn't for me, so I come home and my dad put me to work, and I didn't like that either, so I went back and finished high school.
the lesser of two
Yeah.
evils.
I graduated from high school in 1939.
Do you think maybe your dad was hard on you, so you
No,
would go back to
no,
school?
I think the big trouble was I had a cousin that was the same age as I was that had always went to Traer.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, they preferred him over me, and things just didn't work good for me.
I see. I see. Did you ride the bus then to Traer?
No, I had to, there was several people from Buckingham. Binkins was also driving to school, so I got to ride with them.
Oh, I see. Would that be Don, like Don?
That was,
No?
well, Donald and I are the same age.
Ah,
So
okay.
it was John and Bob Binkin.
They're-
Donald's brothers.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh. Yeah. Did you have the opportunity, since you were a farm boy, did you have the opportunity to do any sports in?
I didn't do any sports in high
Yeah,
school.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of farm boys went home to do
Yeah,
chores.
There
didn't
was
they?
too many other things to do, and most of the time I was too little to really participate in any sports.
Yeah. Howard, I think we're gonna shut this window. Our door. Excuse me.
We got company?
Yeah. Just pull it, Chuck.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but.
By the way, when we lived on the farm by Buckingham, we had a hired man and a friend, the name of James Marr, M-A-R-R.
Sure, I've heard of him.
He was also my bus driver, hauled me
Oh.
to school.
Ah.
But the funny part of it was he had the truck, and the truck, when the summertime, when the bus part of it wasn't on it, we'd haul hogs. When we come school, we'd put the cover back on and haul kids.
Nowadays, kids would think that would be
Oh,
horrible.
that would be
wouldn't it?
terrible.
Well, how did you sit in this?
They
Truck.
had benches on each side. It had a white box,
Oh.
and they had benches on each side and a rear door.
Ah.
I remember one time we had to leave school early in a snowstorm. I was always the first person on, the last person off. But anyway, one of the merchants in Buckingham by the name of Gallagly went along with Jim on the bus to see that everybody got home all right. And then they turned the corners. I was the last one on the bus, and they turned the corner and the seats flew around, and they stopped and come back to see if I was all right. And I made it home.
You didn't, I suppose there wasn't any way to talk from the back to the front of the
No,
bus. Yeah.
No.
What did it have, a canvas top?
No, it was a wooden top. It was a cab that somebody had made just for that purpose.
I see.
But then later on, we got a full-fledged school bus.
Yeah. Do you remember any of your teachers from those days in
Oh,
Buckingham?
yeah. I had,
Who was your favorite?
there was a lady by the name of Orella Blackwell, and also a Blanche Bradfeld. And then I had May Cummings, which everybody in Buckingham had. Didn't you have her, Howard?
Yeah, I did.
Did you, were there multiple grades in the same
There was,
classroom?
there was 4 grades in each room.
Oh, I see.
So first, second, third, and fourth was in one room, and fourth up to 8 was in another room.
Ah, I see. Well, now, I've been in the Buckingham schoolhouse. Now, that
Both
big,
them grades are upstairs.
okay. And then the big room in the lower level, that was,
The gymnasium, we called it.
oh,
and so
sure,
on. Yeah, that's
sure.
where
Did they actually have ball games in there and things?
not that I remember of, but our class plays and so on were in there, and you know, other
Christmas
things,
program.
Christmas programs and so on were held in that part of the building.
Yeah. Did your parents, did you guys go to church anywhere in the area?
No.
No, okay. Did you, where did you go to do most of your shopping then? To Traer or?
Yeah, we went to Traer on Saturday night.
Sure. I suppose there were band concerts.
Oh yeah, on Tuesday night there were band concerts,
oh.
yeah.
I've heard people say the town was full on Saturday night.
It was. I remember we had a neighbor, lived up to the north of us, but I can't come up with their name right now, but they always went to town Saturday night about 4 o'clock, so they made sure they got a parking space that they thought was theirs.
Now, did your folks sell like cream or eggs or anything?
Yeah. With the cows, milked the cows, we had a separator in the basement, and we turned it with a crank, and the cream went to Hudson, to the creamery, and the milk went down to the pigs.
Oh, sure. That the family didn't use. You used some?
Oh, we used some, yeah, we drank milk. I still drink a lot of milk.
Yeah. And what about eggs?
We sold eggs to the grocery store in Buckingham. That's another place we bought groceries. There was a grocery store in Buckingham.
What else was in Buckingham at that time?
Okay, there was a hardware store, a grocery store, and a bank, and a pool hall.
Now, can you remember when the bank was open?
Yes.
Oh.
I can remember we used to trap gophers. You know, and they would, we'd take the gopher feed into the bank and we'd get a nickel a pair.
Oh my goodness.
And the banker didn't have anything to do with the feet, so he'd throw them out the back door so we could break them up and sell them to him again. His name was George Binkin.
Oh.
And then after the bank went closed, he went over and run the elevator.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And the grocery store was run by a guy by the name of Dan Gallagly, and his father run the hardware store.
Oh.
The people in the hardware store would run the hardware. The Gallaglys lived upstairs.
I see.
And the people in the grocery store lived behind the part of the grocery store.
Now, are those buildings still there?
No, I don't think so. It's been a long time since I've been in Buckingham, but I don't believe that either one of them there. I think the store burned, or part of it did, and I don't know what happened to the hardware store.
Now, where Dale and Jean Ross lived, was that was the
That
pool
was the
hall?
tavern. That was the tavern, the pool hall, and
Okay.
Dale's and Jean's folks run that.
Oh, okay.
His father's name was George. I remember when every year when school started, we got a bunch of baseball equipment and so on that George had furnished it.
Ah.
But throughout the year he'd get that money back because us kids always went up there and spent all of our spending money there.
Did you have spending money?
Oh yeah, we had not a whole lot, but we had some, yeah.
Now when you were a child, it was the 30s.
Yeah.
So pretty rough times?
It was, yes, pretty rough time, yeah.
Not a lot of extra money to go around, I don't imagine.
No, but I remember, you know, my folks was on cash rent and the landlord come out and says, pay whatever you can.
Well, that was
So,
decent.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
decent. You bet. Did you, what's the first, your folks always have an auto or a truck?
Yes.
Can you remember
Yeah.
when they got?
They, as far as I know, they had a car when they got married.
Ah, okay. Okay.
What's
What's the first one you actually remember?
First one I actually remember was a Dodge that they had. Because I remember my mother took it and drove somewhere and didn't shut one of the doors. back doors that got caught in the garage, going in the garage.
Uh-oh.
And a little bad feelings there for a few days.
Yeah.
But they always drove a nice car.
Yeah. And you never remember being hungry?
No, no. One other advantage that I had living there, I'd come home from school, if the folks were gone, I'd run across the field down to neighbors, which were Manfuls, and they milked all them cows and so on, and I'd hang around and eat supper with them. And then the folks would finally come and get me.
What'd you do for fun? Like in the
I
summertime?
had a pony.
Oh.
My grandmother or grandfather, had a Shetland pony that they gave to me. And so I had that and rode it around the country.
You have to share it with your brothers and your brother and
Well,
sisters?
they were younger, enough younger than I that they didn't have much to do with the pony.
How much older were you than them?
My oldest sister's 4 years younger than I.
Oh, you got to be spoiled for a while
Yeah, a
then.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother spoiled me.
Did they live nearby?
They lived about 4 miles north of us.
Oh, so you got to see them often?
Yes, matter of fact, when we lived up by Hudson, I used to run away and go visit my grandmother. Walk about 4 or 5 miles or so on, and I remember one time my mother drug me home and tied me up to the clothesline. I just shed the pants on.
Well, your grandma must have been good to you.
She was very good. My grandmother, Maston, was a twin. And I remember them telling me that when they were born, they could put a teacup over their heads.
Oh my goodness.
And she never really got very big.
Well, your mother wasn't real big.
No, but she was bigger than my grandmother.
Yeah. And your father, you said, came from Denmark.
Yeah.
Now, he had brothers and sisters
Yeah,
there that emigrated also?
Yes. But they're scattered all over the country. He had some in Minnesota. Matter of fact, he had one in Traer, he had one in Vietnam, and he had a brother in California. Then he had a brother that come to this country, got his education, and he had 2 sisters that never left Denmark.
Oh. So he came from a large family.
Yeah. Do you remember Lindauer-Nelsen?
Yes.
Okay, that was my dad's brother.
Oh, I see. Yes, nice man.
Yeah.
You bet. What did your grandfather Nelson do in Denmark? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Your dad never
No, I
really
have no
talked
idea.
about it
He never really
much.
talked too much about
Yeah.
Denmark.
You said he came over with a group of friends?
Yeah, on a boat,
And he was how old?
13.
My goodness.
That's
You
that's
wonder-
the story I get now.
Yeah, you wonder how he raised the money to come.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And how he ended up he ended up in Cedar Falls, really, and then went, off from there as he grew up. But he and his brother Carl farmed right south of Hudson, and that's at the dances in Voorhees is where they used to go, and that's where I met my mother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there used to be a lot of dances
Yeah.
in the old days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you got to ride your pony. Did you, in the summer, did you have a creek nearby or someplace where you went swimming?
No, there was no place to go. Well, there were some creeks, but all you could do was wade in those.
Yeah, didn't have much
they
water.
didn't have much water in them, no.
Yeah. Did you have friends that lived nearby that you mentioned the Manfuls?
Yeah, well, most of them were older people that I made friends with. I remember some people they lived north of us with the name of Furry. And I'd go down there and visit, and there was some Fekins that I would go see, and I just kind of run the neighborhood. Although the Gravatt boys didn't live too far away, and I'd go see them once in a while and play with them.
Now, people talk that there used to be a lot more socializing. Do you remember your folks having company a lot, or just relatives? I mean, or did they go with friends?
Well, most of it was relatives. I remember the other day Bernice Mansell said that when they was our neighbors, that the folks used to come down there and then they would dance.
Oh, sure.
But that I don't remember because I was gone. I wasn't
Sure,
around there at that
sure.
time.
Okay, so you graduated from high school in Traer then?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you, I don't suppose all the buildings are
No,
anywhere near.
the school didn't look anything like it.
You just
it does
probably
not.
had the
All we had was the one big
three-story.
building, yeah.
the 3-story building.
Yeah.
Yeah. And were there probably wasn't as much for extracurricular activities. They had basketball.
They had basketball, football, and track and stuff like that. See, I was in school with Bruce Erickson.
Oh my.
So, as a matter of fact, I graduated with him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, we've heard a lot about Bruce
Yeah,
Erickson
yeah.
over the years.
Yeah, I have some pictures of him, but they're nothing to brag about, but because they're real tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he sounds like besides being an outstanding athlete, he was an outstanding person.
He was a good friend. He really was. I don't think anybody was an enemy with him that I know of.
Yeah. Was there probably wasn't even any jealousy because,
I don't
or
think
not much.
that I know of. I can recall one evening, there were some girls and I was riding around and Bruce got done practice, whatever he was, and was on the way home and the girl says, let's stop and give him a ride. So I said, and wanted, I guess he was going to Clutcher or something, and I just remember Bruce saying, no, he had to go home and soak his foot.
All that track practice probably gave him blisters or something. Yeah.
That was a joke for a while with them girls, and I can't even tell you who the girls were now.
Yeah. So, you graduated in what year?
39.
Oh, 39. Okay. Now, you didn't go to service for a couple years after that. What did you do right after?
Right after that, I stayed around home for a while, and then I went to school in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh.
I went to school to learn how to rivet aircraft stuff and things like that. And when I graduated, I went to California, went to work at an aircraft factory,
Oh.
and I was there almost 2 years.
Now, do you remember where you were when you heard about the Japanese bombing Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, we was riding around Santa Monica.
Riding around in a car?
Riding around in a car, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because there was 3 of us lived together in an apartment. One of the guys went to Omaha with me, and the other one come out to California later. And we lived in an apartment there in Santa Monica.
I see.
And we were riding around, and I remember that when Pearl Harbor happened, we discussed it a little bit and cussed about it, and then went on about what we were doing.
Yeah. The United States was probably really geared up making airplanes. That would have been for Europe.
But I went to a factory where they was manufacturing airplanes. I went to what they call Douglas Aircraft there in Santa Monica.
Okay. And do you know where those airplanes ended up?
No,
Where
I do
they were
not.
shipping
I do
them?
not. Most of the planes we were building were DC-3s, which would be transport planes.
I see.
Although we did build what they called A-25s, which were, I don't know whether they was bombers or what they were, but that's what we was building. And where they went, I don't know.
What led you to go to Omaha to school?
There was an ad in the paper that they was training people to do riveting and to work in the aircraft factories, and that's where I went to school.
At that time, was there a lot of like news in the newspapers and in the radios and things about the war in Germany and about things going on over there?
If there was, I didn't pay any attention to it or don't remember it.
Yeah.
It's about that age. I had other things all about.
Yeah, girls and stuff.
Well, yeah.
So you went out to California then. That was quite a move for
Uh,
a little Buckingham kid.
there was another kid, I can't tell you where he was from, but he was here in Iowa, and he and I went to school there in Omaha together, lived in the same place and roomed in the same place. And when we decided to go to California, we found a company that would furnish us a brand new car if we would drive it out there for them.
Oh.
So they furnished the fuel and we drove the car, but we had, we had to get to deliver it to a certain place.
Uh-huh.
But they, fortunately, I think there was 2 other guys went with us, so they paid part of the expenses.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What year car was that? You suppose a 41 then?
I have no idea. I remember, I can't even tell you what make it was.
Where did you pick it up at?
And we picked it up there in Omo.
Oh, I see.
And drove it to, we had to deliver it to, I can't think of the name of the town right now.
Out in California.
Out in California, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that wasn't it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But
Yeah.
I remember it was quite a ways from Santa Monica where we was going to look for work. So we hired a taxi, this guy and I, to take us up to Santa Monica. And he took us up to the plant where they're manufacturing. We went in and looked the list over of places that were for rent. Took us back down to that place and let us out.
So did you have a job already lined up with Douglas?
No, but with my credentials and so on, there was no problem.
Sure.
I started in as a riveter,
Mm-hmm.
working on the sales of aircraft. And then I got up and got to be a machine operator, punch press operator. And that's what I was doing.
And then Pearl Harbor happened. Did production step up a lot after that? Or was it just about the same?
It was about the same.
Yeah.
One of the things I remember, when I left here, I told my folks I would be back in a year. Well, when I was working out there, I'd bought a car, and I decided to come home, so I drove straight home from California, non-stop. And then I went back and worked until, well, I thought draft was pretty close to coming up, so I came home.
Oh, so that would have been in 1942, probably?
Yeah, I remember, well, to tell you how tight it was, the day I was sworn in Des Moines, Iowa, into the Marine Corps, I was supposed to be in Ocean Park, California, being drafted.
Oh.
But I had gone to the Marine recruiting office in Santa Monica, and they told me, with the job you got, you better stay where you are.
Yeah.
So
I was going to ask you that. I don't know, when you were working in the aircraft industry.
But later on, they changed my, my rating, and so I was eligible to be drafted. Yeah.
But you went ahead and enlisted before
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
so you reported for duty in Des Moines first?
Yeah, I went to Des Moines.
And then where did you
from
go
there?
from there?
I went to San Diego.
Back out to California?
Back out to California, and went to boot camp and so on, all that stuff.
Now, this is with the United States Marine Corps?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to boot training at the Marine base.
How long was that?
Oh, I can't tell you.
A few months?
Yeah, it was a couple of months at the most.
Okay, I have to ask you. People say that boot camp in the Marine Corps is the roughest ever, that it's really, really tough. Do you remember it?
It was tough, yes, I'll admit it was, but still, we learned a lot. It was good.
Yeah.
The first sergeant he wasn't, a dirty fella, but he treated us right. And when we got out of there, everything was fine.
I see.
But I didn't think boot camp was bad. I really didn't.
You were probably in shape.
Well, I don't know. I hadn't done a whole lot of exercising.
Well, but if you were...
There was other guys that was in worse shape than I was. I know that. Matter of fact, we had a couple that they had to discharge because they couldn't take it. I remember, well, I never did learn to swim, but this one guy drowned in the swimming pool, so they just sent him home.
Ah. Well, what were they, then where did you go from boot camp?
From boot camp, I went up to a park there in San Diego, and had an interview with a guy, and he found out where I'd been to school in Omaha. And he says, well, why don't we make it school, send you to school further. So from San Diego, I went to Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, clear across the country.
To become a metalsmith. I went to school in
Metalsmith.
Jacksonville and become a metalsmith.
So did they send you cross country on the train then?
Yes, we rode a train.
Ah,
It was a little warm when we come through, I remember that.
oh gee.
Yeah.
And in Florida, how long was that school then?
That was about 8 weeks, something like that. I went to school there and did training.
Okay.
The thing when it was nice in Florida, we was on a Navy base being trained, and we had weekends, you know, that we didn't have to do any duty, so they was flying PBYs out of there for some reason, so we could catch a ride on one of them once in a while if we were lucky.
What's a PBY?
That's an airplane that lands on water.
Okay. Okay.
And then when it comes ashore, the guys are out there putting the wheels on it, and they bring it on up.
Can you remember back probably in the 30s, the first time you saw airplanes?
No, I cannot.
No.
No.
They were still a novelty though
Oh
in the
yeah,
30s,
yeah,
weren't
they were something different. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet. Okay, then after your schooling in Florida, then where did they send you?
I went to Cherry Point, North Carolina.
Oh. And did what there?
I done a little bit of everything there until they formed 4 PBJ squadrons, and I got in one of them.
And a PBJ squadron
Is a B-25,
Okay.
or a Mitchell bomber they were called.
Okay.
And prior to that, I'd done everything. I've cut trees and painted. I did get into the job of painting the cowls on an airplane,
Oh.
which was, you know, was not real strenuous work.
Mm-hmm.
But cutting wood and chopping trees and so on was a little
Sure.
rough.
Okay, then after you started doing this work with the airplanes, what were you doing exactly?
Anything that needed done.
Okay. Now, was this on new airplanes or on?
Well, this was airplanes that they sent. But what they done, they deformed 4 squadrons. It was 411, 12, 13, and 14. VMB, 11, 12, 13, and 14. The V is Heavy than Air Marine Bombers.
Oh.
And we was doing a little bit of everything on them. I remember I even made a wash machine.
Made a washing machine?
I built a wash machine out of a 50-gallon drum.
For the base, you mean?
For us in that squadron.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, each squadron had its own area of the base where we had our officers' quarters and had been, you know, where we worked from.
About how many people in a squadron?
Oh, when the squadron was full, there was, what was that book? That yellow one down on the...
No, we put the yellow one in the pocket of your uniform.
Okay. I went too far there, but anyway, it tells how many men were actually in the squadron. To begin with, yeah, 505 men and 69 officers
Oh.
were in the squadron.
Oh, so yeah, that's quite a few.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know if a squadron was, you know,
Yeah.
a dozen or 20 or
yeah,
100 or
that
what?
was also the flight officers, the guys flying the airplane, the ground crew, and the crew that flies in the plane and handles the guns and so on. That
So
included.
you're just kind of a world of your own
Yeah,
then.
that's really there
Yeah.
was.
And the people flying out of that field, where were they going?
Just around in circles, training most of the time.
I see.
Uh,
So then the flyers probably got sent other places then,
well,
after they were trained?
the other PBJ squadrons left to go overseas before we did. And we stayed back, and the other squadrons lost enough people overseas that we had to send pilots and crew to replace.
Oh,
So they sent us a bunch of green pilots and crew, and then we had to train them. And that's why I traveled around the country so much. I even got to go to Havana.
really?
Yes.
How come?
We was in Boca Chica, Florida,
Yeah,
perfecting radar skip bombing.
radar skip bombing.
Yeah. It was low altitude radar skip bombing. And we flew enough hours and made enough good time. They loaded a bunch of us on the PBJs. We went to Havana and spent 24 hours.
Huh. Tell me what radar skip bombing is. You're
Well,
flying low?
they got a radar thing in the plane, and there was a thing that we built something that floated in the water, and you picked that up with radar, burn a radar, and then you flew over and skipped and blew it up.
Huh, but the radar couldn't pick up the plane?
No, the radar picked what was in the water.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it, I think. Is the story about that in there?
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, just about what we done.
yeah.
January of 44, 614 set a record for PBJ outfits with 1,041.8 hours logged in for the month. 613 flew around the clock, day and night.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Huh.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to read
I'd
it.
like to read it. But anyway, at that time, we had two airplanes flying at night in the rain that they crashed into one another and landed in the river there,
Oh,
in the Neuse River.
so did you have casualties then from that?
Yeah, they was all killed.
Oh dear.
Yeah, 10 Marines were killed, and their names are here.
Now the flyers were Marine flyers?
Yes, they're Marine
Okay.
pilots.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think about Marines having airplanes at that time. You
Yeah.
know, I always think about Marines being on foot. Or I
Yeah.
just don't think
No,
about
no,
Marines
yeah,
being
we-
in the air.
Yeah, we flew. There's all kinds of squadrons of Marine airplanes.
Did you feel fortunate in your choice? I mean, in where you had the work you were doing?
Now that I look back, I think I was very fortunate.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. See, all the members of that squadron, we have a reunion once a year to go to
Oh, do you?
and meet in various parts of the United States. All the members don't show up, but enough of them that it's fun and interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you stay in touch with some of your friends from
The
that?
guy that's with me on that airplane there. that
Howard, maybe we can zoom in on
that
this a little
Fairman.
bit. The two guys working on the,
Yeah, we're
Airplane
working
together.
on an exhaust on an airplane. I remember
Yeah.
that.
yeah. And this man you kept
This
in touch
man was.
with?
I see. I was the head of the air.
That's okay, doesn't matter. Take your time.
Whatever I was qualified at. But I had 4 guys under me. I
Oh,
was the head of that.
okay.
And this guy you saw there
Uh-huh.
he was DJ Fetterman. He and I went to school in Jacksonville together. Well, all the guys that was under me went to school in Jacksonville at the same time I did.
Uh-huh.
And he come to visit me in later years. I went out to Pennsylvania and visited him, and he took up flying, and he was he wasn't flying at the time, but he had a heart attack and passed away.
Oh,
But he even stood up with us for when we married.
okay.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, where did you meet Burl, your wife?
Well, I went on Liberty and went down to her hometown of Searcy,
What state?
in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
In
Okay.
Arkansas.
And that was when you were stationed where?
I was stationed in Newport, Arkansas. That's one place.
Okay. How long were you there?
9 months, I think, something like that. We was at Newport. But anyway, from Cherry Point, we went to Boca Chica. From Boca Chica, we went to Atlanta. We come back to Cherry Point, lost our crew, had to train some more, and then we went to Newport, Arkansas, to it was an air base, and we were the only squadron there. When we were notified that we had to go to Newport, we was in Cherry Point, I had a car, and I said, I'm going to drive. And this fella had, that was over me, he was our first sergeant on the engineering squadron, said, well, you can take my wife and baby.
Oh.
So I said, okay, I'll do that. And so we took his wife and baby into Newport. And that gave me some brownie points.
Oh, sure. You bet. You bet.
But anyway, I went down to Searcy for Liberty one night. He met another guy, and we met Burl, picked her up, and that was it. We started going together.
Mm. She appealed to you right off.
She did. We only went together 6 weeks.
6 weeks. My goodness, a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did what did her folks think? What did her family think?
I got a 71-hour pass, and I brought her home
To Iowa.
to see my folks here in Iowa.
Okay.
And they didn't object, and I remember her dad says, well, if you like him, go ahead and marry him.
Yeah.
And
How old was she?
she was 2 years younger than I was.
And you were 22 when
22,
you entered the service.
And then
So you were probably
about 23 or something like
Yeah,
that. Wasn't it?
yeah.
So,
yeah. What was she doing when
she
was she working?
she was working in a factory, or not a factory, in a ammunition plant, carrying gunpowder.
In Searcy.
And no, in Little Rock, or near
in
Little Rock. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
See, there's a big air base there at Little Rock.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did she travel with you then, or did she have?
When we finally, after we was married a while, we lived in Searcy, which was about 40 miles from Newport.
Oh.
And so I'd come home every night. We rented a place to stay. And finally, some barracks come available there at the base at Newport, so we moved up there and was living. And she got acquainted with all the other gals that was living there and so on. And we got noticed to go to Beaumont, Texas for some training. I got to look to see what the training was in Beaumont. But anyway, I got transferred to Beaumont, and no, I don't see it in here. But anyway, she wondered why she couldn't just as well drive down to Beaumont to be with me. And I said, okay, if you want to. In the meantime, the guy that was my first sergeant was going with the girl in Searcy, and Burl asked this gal if she wanted to go along. She said, sure, I'll go with you. So they drove down to Beaumont, Texas, and this guy that was my first sergeant met her, and they became friendly, and they decided to get married down there. So we stood up for them.
Oh, sure.
And we still go back and forth. Matter of fact, they come out here and see us, and we go back to Pennsylvania and see them, and we still communicate.
Oh, very
But
good.
he was my first sergeant from even as long as I was in the Marine Corps.
Well, where were you? Were you still in service then when they dropped the bombs in Japan?
Yeah.
You were still in.
A matter of fact, when we got sent to Hawaii, we got word to leave Newport, Arkansas. Went to West Coast. I sailed out of San Francisco on an aircraft carrier and went to Ford Island.
Uh-huh.
And and from Fort Island, we was to go to Midway. Just as we got to Midway, we got word that the war was over. So we always bragged that the Japanese heard we was coming. So they gave up.
You bet. I like that. Okay, so then where did you go from there? Okay, you were at Fort Island.
From Fort Island. Okay, when we took the planes off the ship, off the aircraft carrier at Fort Island, one of them wing bumped the pole, made a big dent in it. So I got to stay in Fort Island for a couple of days to get that fixed. And then we flew over to the Marine base there at EVA. EWA is the name of the base. And we stayed there a while, and finally we got orders to go on over to Midway.
Oh, so you did go.
Oh yeah, I spent quite a while in Midway.
And did you have, I don't know how to say this, I mean, the Japanese had surrendered, but were there problems with the natives or anything? Were there
There wasn't any natives on that island.
Oh, okay.
All there was was goony birds and sand.
And Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our planes still had to fly reconnaissance trips around the island and so on.
Sure.
If you'll notice there's a menu. Right here, this one right here.
Oh, sure, okay.
Okay.
Greetings from Hawaii.
That's a menu we had at a Christmas in Hawaii. We flew back to Hawaii and picked up the food, brought it back to Midway, and had Christmas dinner.
Oh, very good. Does that show up, Howard? It's a Christmas card,
It's a menu.
And a menu.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very
nice.
That
was our Christmas.
Very nice. That's a nice souvenir for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then where did you were on Midway for a while?
I was on Midway when they decided the war was over, and we had so many points we could go home, and they broke up the squadron, and went back to Hawaii, and I didn't have enough points to come home, so they put me in the guard detachment.
Ah.
So I worked the guard detachment until I was able to come home.
On Fort Island or?
No, it's on Hawaii, but Eva was the name of the Marine base.
Yeah, okay.
And I got to be sergeant of the guard.
Uh-huh.
And I was 24 on and 48 off.
So you did that for a while until you had enough points?
Until I had enough points to come home.
And where was Burl during that time?
She was in Searcy. She was in Arkansas.
Okay. She had gone back to Searcy.
Yeah, she'd gone back. She was living at. She had sisters and so on, and nieces and nephews that she stayed with, and even her folks were still living out in the country.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember about the guard detachment, we was the general brig or prison for all Navy personnel that come into Hawaii aboard ship. That was in the guard detachment in prison. So we had to go down and pick them up, bring them back, give them a physical, and put them in the brig.
Oh, these were sailors who
had done something wrong.
Messed up.
I remember I went down and picked up one, real nice fellow. We talked and and we got back to the hospital. He got out on one side and I got out on the other, and as soon as he got out, he started running.
Oh.
I let out a beller and he didn't stop. And I grabbed the old 45 and shot it in the air, and I thought sure I hit him because he ran down. But he apologized to me afterward.
Yeah. He was scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of them we had to watch pretty close. We always had to walk them to the chow hall for meals.
Mm-hmm.
There was some of them we had to put shackles on so they couldn't run and get away.
I suppose he was probably labeled a flight risk after that, so they probably...
I don't know what he was. I took him down to the brig and they took care of him.
Yeah. So then, is that where you were when you got word then, or then when you knew you could get out?
Yeah,
The service?
yeah, I come back on an old LSI. The thing I remember about that, there was whole Marines from all over the South Pacific on it,
Ah,
and of every color, and we hit some rough sea, and one of the guys, sailors aboard ship, come back and was telling us that in the bottom there was a bunch of colored guys, and when the sea got to rolling real bad, some barrels on the ship got loose and rolled down and hit a water line, and the water was going down and jumped into there where these guys were. He says there they were, lining up according to rank for the ship.
yeah, gotta go by the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they, the black soldiers still weren't accepted, were they?
They were not treated right, although we had colored boys in our squadron that was just as good, and we treated them equally.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some of them still come to reunions.
Yeah.
We had some Indians also that were treated well.
Yeah. Did you ever have any Orientals?
No,
In your-
never had any Orientals.
Yeah.
Most of our personnel was from New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was looking at in that yellow book that you put in my pants or the jacket. The New York had a whole list of people from Brooklyn.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine they were even hard to understand, weren't they?
Well,
'Cause they've got
not really that
they've got an
bad.
accent.
We kind of got used to them.
Yeah, sure. They've got an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so from then you landed in this country in California.
Yeah, I come back to San Diego.
And then where?
I was discharged and caught a train and come back to Little Rock.
Ah. Burl know you were coming?
She knew I was coming and she met me.
Yeah. I bet that was quite a reunion. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, because I come off the train and found her and we hugged and kissed each other and the whole crowd clapped.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Did you travel with anybody else going to Little Rock too, from your squadron?
Oh, well, this one couple that we, stood up for
Your
when they
first
got
sergeant.
married, and there was some other people that married girls from Searcy too.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
I
That was very
remember one of the guys that married a girl from Searcy. They went back east, and she passed away. And now when he comes to the Union, he has another wife with him, but
Sure.
he still talks about it.
Yeah. Howard, let's just take a little break here.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Bill, then after you met Burl back in Little Rock, and you were reunited, where did you go from there?
We come back to Searcy, and I tried to find work. I even tried to become working in a body shop, or anything that like, and I could not find anything to do.
A lot of men just came back.
And yeah,
suppose.
that was the trouble. So I said, well, let's come to Iowa and see what I can find. We come up here and found there was an opening for a punch press operator in a company that made registers, floor registers and so on.
Oh,
So I went to work for them, and then also Beryl got a job in there. While we were doing that, my parents made a place for us to live in their home.
and where was your job at, in Waterloo?
In Waterloo, yeah.
And your folks made an area in their
We made an
house?
area of their house, and we had our own cooking area and sleeping area, and we shared a bathroom with all.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your brother go to service also?
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
And was he gone the same time you were?
No. No, he's 12 years younger than I am. So
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, then, and that was still on the farm west
I
of?
was still on the farm where my folks
West of
moved.
Buckingham.
Yeah, west of Buckingham, yeah.
Mhm.
And so from there, we decided to go farming. And Roy Draper offered us the opportunity to farm a place that he was renting over northeast of Buckingham, not too far from where he used to live, where the old schoolhouse, brick schoolhouse was.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so we moved into that and started farming.
A brick schoolhouse was the house?
Was the house.
It used to be a schoolhouse.
Yeah, it used to
in
be
the
a schoolhouse,
olden days.
yeah.
I
Mhm.
see.
Yeah.
And you did just general farming?
Yeah, we
Did you
did general farming. We,
You have cattle and hogs?
we got a few cattle, milk cows, and some hogs. We lived there. The year we started farming was, I don't remember whether it was drought or rain. Maybe it was too much rain. Anyway, the oldest son was born on this place. I remember that. But anyway, one field of corn I picked up. I got more cockleburs than I got corn.
Oh, gee.
Because it rained so much, we couldn't cultivate.
So that would have been Max?
Yeah,
Is he the oldest?
Max Jr. was born on that farm, in that schoolhouse, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Beryl's folks, their mother and one of her sisters come up to see him right after he was born,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Did they come up very often,
Uh,
her relatives?
yeah, usually when, something was going on. And we didn't miss very often to going back down to see her folks.
Sure.
Matter of fact, she was one of 9 children.
Oh,
And
Big
we
group.
we made it down there to every one of his funeral but one.
yeah. Well, did they usually come up by car or by
Yeah,
train?
they drove up.
I know
We
a lot
always,
of,
we
lot of
always
people,
drove.
a lot of people traveled by train
Yeah,
too.
yeah, but there's no train was a roundabout trip to get from
Sure,
Little Rock up to here.
yeah. Was that probably 48 or so when Max was born? 40, no, 46 or?
47.
47, sure.
Yeah, 47.
Mhm.
And we lived there in that schoolhouse for a couple of years, and then we moved on to my mother's dad's farm up by Voorhees,
Oh,
which was there was 100 acres in that, and there we milked cows and raised chickens and everything that was connected with farming.
sure. How long did you stay there
We
then?
lived there for 13 years,
Oh.
just a mile east of Voorhees.
So did your boys go to school at?
The boys matured, went to school in Rhinebeck.
Oh, I see.
And then we decided that, well, my mother's father passed away, and she inherited the farm, and I rented a bigger place and moved on to it and was renting the buildings, and Mother didn't like that, so she sold the farm. But I lived over west of Hudson on 320 acres. The kids went to school in Hudson then.
Oh,
And I don't know what happened there, but things didn't work out.
yeah.
I lost the contract, the rent contract, and so on. So lost the building, so I lived on one place and just the house and farmed other places.
Mhm.
And then I got the opportunity to move to a farm in Geneseo. And we moved there and lived there till the guy that owned it passed away, and then it come up for sale, so we had to move again. We moved out southwest of Traer on Edith Young's place.
Oh,
And we lived there for 5 years, and we sold out and moved to Traer and started a hardware store.
and what hardware store was that?
True Value Hardware Store, it's where Owens' insurance business is now.
On 2nd Street.
Yeah.
Mhm. And did you have, that,
Both boys was in business with it. They was doing electrical business and electrical work and all that thing, and then things just working out, and I couldn't pay their wages anymore, so they went to work somewhere else.
yeah.
And tried to run it alone, that didn't work, so we sold out.
Mhm.
And from then on, it was touch and go for a while. Then I went to work for a Cass Feed Store,
Oh, I see.
and I worked for them and then Liquid Grow, and that's where I retired from Liquid Grow.
And you drove truck for them? And
Yeah, sprayed fertilizer,
Sprayed
it's all that
fertilizer.
good stuff, hauled feed.
Did you work pretty much full-time for them or just part-time?
I'm pretty much full-time. Of course, there was a time in there that Cass wasn't in business and nobody else was taking the business over. So I was driving the garbage truck for my oldest son and doing work like that.
Oh, sure, sure.
But then when Liquid Grow come in, I went to them full-time.
So you've had a lot of different experiences.
Yeah.
Got a varied background and lots of talents.
Well, I tried everything. I don't know whether it was talent or not, but
When you were farming, was it tough years?
it was.
Or
I
did you
remember
make
after,
good money
after
at
we
it?
had, we didn't, the land we was farming didn't have any buildings or anything on it. We moved into another house, and we had the buildings, and we raised chickens and sold eggs and fed a few cattle. That's all we done. Now, eggs supported us. Of course, I had a truck, and I used to do some hauling, hauling for
Other people?
other people and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was, huh. Well, did you, you said you usually, did go to your reunions for the
Yeah,
bombing squadron
Yeah.
614?
yeah. If you read that book, you'll find out where we were moved around. Most of our reunions have been on the East Coast because most of the guys were there. But we went to Florida a couple times. We went to Houma, Louisiana. Well, it was in New Orleans for a reunion. And Houma, Louisiana was one of the places we went for training, and which was a blimp base.
Oh,
They had a hangar there that occupied 40 acres at least. So we went out, we decided to go out there and visit that place. Well, the guy that organized the reunion, Walt Dean was his name, he had taken money that we had donated and was hiring a bus company to transport us from New Orleans to Houma. In the meantime, he contacted the Marine Corps, and they said they would furnish the buses. So he took the money that he was to pay the bus for the bus rent and gave it to the town of Houma, because that's when a storm had gone through and done quite a bit of damage.
oh, how nice.
And so when we arrived in the buses, here was the police patrol, police cops, escorted us into town. They put on a dance for us and entertained us in the town hall, town square, and took us out to where the hangar was, that was the blimp hangar. It had gone plot, but the pilings were still there. And they took us to a place to eat and entertained us with Cajun music and dancing and all that
Oh,
stuff.
wonderful.
It was very, very interesting.
Yeah, yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
How often were your reunions?
Every year, but we never went every year. There was one in St. Louis, Missouri. There was one in Ohio. That's where the museum is, Aircraft Museum,
I imagine outside of the flight crews that got moved on, a lot of your guys stayed together
Yeah.
quite a while,
Yeah.
didn't they?
I forgot to get a picture of it, but anyway, after we got out and was meeting, we'd go to these reunions, this guy would hand us a plaque. There were just certain ones of us. And he worked for a company that molded that things.
Oh.
And he gave one to me. It's got my name on it. It's Tech Sergeant M. Nelson, USMC, VMB 614. And it's about probably this big around.
Uh-huh.
And so when we built our tombstone, I had that implanted in it.
Oh, how nice. What a great idea.
Yeah.
Neat thing to do
But
with it.
this guy is from Montgomery, Missouri that makes these things for us.
Huh. Did you ever write and tell him you
Oh,
did
yeah,
that?
yeah, after, you know, I've seen him several times since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was neat. Now, when I go out the cemetery, I'll have to be sure and notice.
Okay.
I was just out there day before yesterday, in fact, so.
Well, I put the hanging basket out there the other day. So I went out the other day to see if the wind blew it away, but it was still hanging.
Yeah. Yep. Well, anything else we need to look at here, Bill? What's this?
This, okay. The Marine Corps is making a museum. And this is what the museum is going to look like. It's looked like the flag raising in Iwo Jima.
Oh, I see.
It's a memorial. It's a memorial.
At Quantico.
Yeah, they're building it at Quantico.
Hmm. I see. National Museum of the Marine Corps.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice.
I've been supporting it ever since they started to build it.
Yeah.
I just got that the other day. That's my discharge papers.
Oh, I see. Maxwell Gifford Nelson, Technical Sergeant. He is honorably discharged from the MACS-2, PERSG, MAWC, MCAB, Miramar, San Diego, California, and from the United States Marine Corps Reserve, the 7th day of May, 1946.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. I've got one more picture, which I dropped down behind the table.
Yeah. I was taken one time. I was home on funeral leave.
And I think there's a small one.
Yeah, there's one right under here.
And this is Max in his uniform. And there's another one he's got
That's me
here.
me as an MP.
Ah, when you were,
Guard detachment in Hawaii.
I see. Mhm. This is the one where your son Max looks so much like you.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one down here also. That's the one I'm in full uniform. I was home on furlough at that
Why
time.
don't you shut off for just a second, Howard? This photo is one of that someone took of Max when he was home on leave.
Yeah, that was the first time I was home
All
after I
dressed
joined
up.
the Marines.
All dressed up.
Yeah.
Did those uniforms that you guys wore impress the girls?
You know, I can't answer that. I really can't. It must have, that's how I got my wife.
It must have been love at first sight.
I
A
think it
6-week
was,
courtship, yeah. And you were married how many years before she passed away?
Almost 57.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much,
You're
Bill, for
welcome.
visiting with us
You're
about your experiences. Could you just tell us briefly, how did your years in service, how did that change your life, do you think?
Well, I think it made her, settle down
Mhm.
and be a person and respect the people that I were around and are with. And, they meant something to me after that.
You met a lot of people from a lot of different places.
Yeah, and a lot of personalities.
Mhm.
But I realized that I wasn't the only person in the world.
And of course, you met your wife,
Yeah.
and you got to see a lot of this country and the world, really.
Yeah, I did. I was in up and down the East Coast
Mhm.
and in Texas.
Did you have leave enough when you were in North Carolina and different places? Did you have leave and did you explore a little? Did you get to go to Washington or?
No, I never went to Washington D.C. because it was a rat race when you went to Washington. You had to go have a 71-hour pass.
Oh,
and you get to Washington, it wasn't bad going, but when you come home, they're liable to stand on you in order to have room.
Like, you mean in the train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
never.
did you get to explore a little bit? Like, go to different, when you were
Well,
on
there was different, after I got a car and was able to die, there was different
Sure.
places around Cherry Point that I visited. As a matter of fact, I can't think of the town I went to. I went to visit some people by the name of Dean Stokes. It was not too far from where I was. And
Did
he had a sister with the name of Hazel that I was acquainted with.
Did you, when you were in service, did you ever run into people from Traer or Hudson or anybody that you knew?
And that was the only time I did, and I was notified, somebody told me that they were there.
I see. Yeah. And of course, you met your wife when you were in service, so
Yeah,
that was a big,
I met her. That was
big plus.
that was a big deal. That was a good thing.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I think maybe she helped me straighten out quite a bit.
I doubt if you needed straightening too
Well,
much.
she did. She watched over me and took care of me.
Yeah. You were blessed.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Bill, and I think that'll wind it up, Howard.